Last year went to an NCAA tournament for the first time since the 13-14 season, a 9-season absence. They had their second largest winning improvement from one year to the next. Won 23 games a year ago and off to a 17-4 start. As off we go here from Exactech Arena. Gators win the tap in white, Vanderbilt in black. A matchup of two of the best freshman guards in the SEC. Liv McGill and Mikayla Blakes, like we highlighted in the open. This is where the Gators want to attack. On the inside, it's Warren on the cut, off the square and in. That gets us underway just 30 seconds in as Warren was held without a real offensive presence against Auburn. Take a look at Vanderbilt's starting five. This is the 13th consecutive game with this starting five. Two of the best scorers in the league, Blakes and Pierre. Once again, will get the nod, as well as Aria Moore. Who tees up the first offering here for Vandy, but an offensive rebound. Another spot where the Commodores really flourish on the offensive glass. Fighting in for the rebound is Layla Reynolds. Starting five for the Gators, 10th consecutive game with this configuration of five. No Miara O'Neal tonight. She's out by illness, is with the team, but will not suit up and play. Layla Reynolds bumps in, gets fouled.
Really where they thrive, but also the two people who you see with the ball right now, Layla Reynolds, who's getting on the free throw line, she only had 2 attempts last game out. You want that number to be way higher than that. You want her to be more aggressive.
Reynolds misses both. Mikayla Blakes, number 1 in black. She had 33 against the Crimson Tide. Here's Aria Moore. One of those veteran guards slices in with 3. Ball gets paddled out. Will be last touch Vandy. A loss to the Gators in the SEC tournament, so perhaps some sort of revenge factor for the Commodores, who have lost 4 straight here in Gainesville. Here's Shea Kyle in the high post. Pass is tipped. This is where Vanderbilt thrives. In transition, Madison Green. It's 17 steals against Alabama.
And while that's where Vanderbilt's thriving, Florida is really struggling taking care of the basketball. They have got to value the possession and limit those turnovers. Really good find by Liv McGill across the court when she's getting trapped on one side.
Aggressive approach, right, Brittany, from Vanderbilt. They're going to high hedge, try to force the Gators into some top-of-the-key turnovers.
They're going to try to, wouldn't be surprised if they try to trap Liv McGill quite a bit to try to get the ball out of her hands.
Like you said, not all that aggressive against Auburn. Khamil Pierre. McGill, the pace car. Dizecco navigates the baseline. Pierre was the brick wall, but look what I found, says Layla Reynolds. Mentioned for the Gators, no Miara O'Neal tonight, no Sasha Washington for the entire season for Vanderbilt. That was their top post coming in. As Blakes misfires, but an offensive rebound from the veteran Jordan Oliver. A 25-year-old 6-year player. As Moore rinses from downtown. Double arrives on Kyle. Dizecco can knock it down. Madison Green.
Shea Kyle down low when she gets the ball quite a bit. They're going to try to get it out of her hands quickly.
Both teams off to a similar offensive start. Oliver on the control. Shot clock at 5. Attacks in on Kyle. The feathery floater missed everything. Blakes just rips it away from McGill. That freshman matchup underneath.
Oh, nice strong rebound by Blakes on the backside.
Now McGill races inside, guiding with that left hand. Moore. Next stoppage brings an official timeout. Reynolds from the line to the lane, right down the tracks for 2. They go to one of their stars, Khamil Pierre, jabs and fires. Kyle clears. McGill once again, and get up and go. Dizecco, diagonal drive, got stripped, and that foul will bring us to our first timeout.
I think what's impressive about her, too, is the freshman. She was inbounding that ball. You know where that inbounder is? That's a very heads-up, high IQ play to run right in there and get the tip in.
As Aria Moore runs the point, she's a few seasons removed from an ACL tear. She's had a really great season. All SEC performer last year. Moving screen.
And Florida's doing a good job of that right now. And I think really impressive with Florida. They have 10 points in the paint right now. And they make the most of that.
Meanwhile, Madison Green picks up the foul, Brittany. It's already the 5th in this quarter. Trap games were a thing. Perhaps maybe this is leading to somewhat of a sluggish start for Vandy. They were locked in at shoot-around, though.
Yeah, this is a game for Vanderbilt. They've got to stay focused. They've got to stay composed. Who we were against Auburn, we're going to come out here, we're going to play, and we're going to dominate.
Gassett, the step through, got it swatted away by Ayanna Mitchell. Meanwhile, an early 5 for Ayanna Moore. She's locked in. She's averaging 16 per game in SEC play, number 23 in black. It's Blakes, the quick first step past Warren. 4 points in the early going for the SEC's top freshman. Ball gets lost underneath. Meanwhile, Justine Passat is on the floor, number 13 in black for the Commodores at the controls. Beat her former team in Tennessee. Spent 1 year in Knoxville. Moore flashes to collect on the up fake, glides in, lays it in, plus the whistle. A luxury to have a fifth year, 6th year, and a senior, Ayanna Moore.
And there's a lot to be said about that. There's a lot you learn in your 4 or 5, maybe now 6 years.
Liv McGill right now on the bench for the orange and blue. Layla Reynolds has been that backup point. Stops the dribble and forces a tie up. The alternate arrow heads to the Commodores. And a slip against Alabama. Shot clock waning down. Reynolds got a hand on it. Kapanis, the loose ball, glides in off the window. She was screaming and shoot around. She said she couldn't wait for this matchup to get a chance to play Vanderbilt. We'll get a foul. Body spraying down to the ground. It's Reynolds. So free throws here.
Getting set and just setting a great screen. And a lot of times, if you're the screener, you're the one that's going to end up being open.
Coming into the game was 9 of her last 10. Knocks down both. Vanderbilt has to go the length of the floor. And it's Blakes. Speeds it across. It's in the star freshman's hands. Can't knock it down. A glass ball. Then Shea went into recruitment with her mom also being an All-American at North Carolina. She decided to blaze her own path. Went to UConn with Gino Auriemma, and the legend just grew from there. In her final year, won a national championship in 2000 as we have a tie-up.
So you've got to be strong with the ball if you're Florida, and if you're Vanderbilt, you want to keep doing it.
Just to finish that note, Shea Ralph and her UConn legend as well have a travel here. She was 779 and 150 as a player and coach between her time. That's at UConn, Pitt, and Vanderbilt. So she's just a winner.
I have to say, that's good winning percentage right there. And, you know, under really good leadership as well. Lots of basketball knowledge she has.
Moore delivers the dime. All that to say there's a winner at the helm for the Vanderbilt Commodores right now.
And you can see that's a direct relation of what she has done with this program.
Gators playing hot potato. Another steal here for the Commodores. Gassett was the trailer. Blakes, extra fine. Bottom. Downtown hit for Mikayla Blakes.
And in transition, Florida's got to find the big 3 for Vanderbilt and know where they are.
There's that high hedging the double. Pierre for Passat on the rim run. Does that force a timeout? It does.
So, yeah, they're trending in the right direction.
The Gators have to combat this pressure, and they do with McGill. Paige Clausen is on the floor. She'll hoist. Can't hit. Layla Reynolds volleys the rebound. Athletic save. Dyseko passes up the 3 for a long 2. You can sense the ideology, the pressure, that's really been ratcheted up a full 94 feet now from Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Vanderbilt, after that first quarter, said, hey, we've got to pick up our defense a little bit. We need to turn this Florida team over a little bit more, and they've done that to start this second quarter.
Passat, she can knock it down from long range and does. It's out to 13. She has a 2 of 2 start. Make it 3 of 3. As the Gators turn it over, Liv McGill. Passat, this one from very deep. Rebound Pierre. Can't clean it up. Another offensive board. It's Moore for Blakes. Bring it up. High archer.
And if you give up back-to-back offensive rebounds like Florida just did.
McGill gets swarmed, finds the open Dyseko. Shovel off Kyle, able to lay it in. So the Gators break that pressure for now. And a much-needed bucket. Vandy wants to get out and run. Blakes is dangerous from deep. It's another Blakes bucket. McGill just had the dribble taken away, and it's Blakes.
But Vanderbilt already had 7 points off those 3 turnovers. So they're, you know, like you said, making the most of Florida's mishaps.
Here's Blakes like a lightning bolt and one.
Slid up with her player up the sideline, so she had a nice clean lane to the basket. Dad, Mom.
Gators needed that one.
That's the first one they've hit. They're 1 of 6 from the three-point line.
Well, Warren went under, kind of got away with a mistake there for Blakes, who had another open look.
And sending 2 at the dribbler is Vanderbilt. Florida's able to get out of it.
Passat has one from deep, gives it up for Moore. Shot clock waning down, throws it wide of Kapanis.
I mean, she's living up to that SEC player freshman of the week for sure.
Well, she's the real deal. Salguez amidst that double. It's the scoring duo. Pierre for Blakes and one.
Rise some of your guards up above the three-point line to give some pressure release.
So
They've got to come with it.
The teammates got to recognize that right away.
So if she's backing up, come with her so that she can see you, because somebody's clearly open.
Kendra just lost it. 12 first half turnovers. Gators had 16 in the first half against Auburn. Blakes, pick and roll. Oliver, a little pop-a shot. Rolls in. They've taken 9 more shots because of those turnovers. Final minute, first half. Post touch for Shea Kyle off the spin. Gets the bucket in the hall.
Shea goes to the other side, the baseline side, for an easy drop step. Can't get the and one to fall, but it's a nice move. It's good positioning.
That's got to be a key, right, Brittany, for the Gators in the second half. It's got to be a lot of block touches with the undersized Vanderbilt front court. Shea Kyle's got to go to work.
And also putting it where she gets the ball and can make a move, or you give it to her as she's moving, where she doesn't have to come out of her stance.
But Mikayla Blakes lines it up from deep.
You're going in to help some, but the way that she's playing right now, she's got 22 points. You're not helping off of her a lot.
Blakes, her 6th game in SEC play with at least 20, almost near her conference average of 24 per game. Vanderbilt's unbeaten when they lead at half, 16-0. Minimal discrepancy between the big and the small clock here. So essentially this will be it. Moore around a screen. Dumps it inside. Oliver on the roll. Dances out. Pierre off balance. Dips out with 3. Loose ball. Pierre. Did she get it off? She did. And it does not go.
Get the ball out of your guard's hands and find the open player. And then on the flip side, we've got to stop and slow down this Vanderbilt team. We've got to know where Blakes is in particular on the floor at all times. Close out on her, not go under screens when she is trying to get open for a three-point shot.
Meanwhile, Khamil Pierre, one of the top rebounders in the SEC, 10 first-half boards. Not necessarily been in the flow of the offense scoring. She's been held to just 3. Here's Moore on the drive. Slides underneath and runs into a Gator right underneath the bucket. Give it into the hands of Pierre off the spin. Waba in for the offensive rebound. Blakes has the speed mismatch. The blow-by of Kyle.
That's going to be a mismatch. If Shea Kyle is guarding Blakes at the three-point line, she's going to try to drive to the basket. You've got to have some upside.
22 in the first half for Mikayla Blakes. Meanwhile, the other freshman guard, McGill, gets a bucket. Second time that Mikayla Blakes has had at least 20 and a half. The other was 20 in the second half of her 36-point performance, setting a freshman record against Georgia. McGill, long lead for Kyle, contested at the rim. Gators a couple of buckets to cut this to 18. Moore lines it up. Warren late to contest. Cash for Ayanna Moore.
And Florida in that man-to-man, they're going to have to fight through and around some screens. They set a down screen and wide open three-point shot. You can't be that lazy closing out on a three-point shooter right now.
8th threes in the game as Reynolds had it knocked away. Dyseko with the save. McGill for Warren. Sticks it.
You want to get the wins at home when you can. On the road is always hard in the SEC. Wins at home are hard in the SEC, but especially on the road. So you want to take care of business when you're home.
Last time out, they won their first SEC road game, so they're looking for back-to-back in that regard.
And it's interesting because sometimes you have those teams that just play better on the road, actually. It's almost like they thrive in the environment of, people not cheering for you, and they don't have the pressure of being at home.
She has 11. Feed it to Blakes. Behind the back. Shakes loose. Scoops it up and in. Magician is Mikayla.
That was really nice and creative.
McGill, feathery touch. And Blake's on skates, a touch. The two freshman guards exchanging right hooks. Moore doesn't waste any time. Got her own miss, the stick back, plus the whistle. Average 16 a game, that's 8th in the country. As Moore can't complete the three-point play. She was 81% at the line.
I'm Moore right now, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Get this, 6 assists.
There's that double again. Kapanis takes it away. Another Vanderbilt steal. That's their 10th. Moore, investigative drive, reversal style with a kiss off the window for Moore.
And that's awareness by the senior. She's got a post player on her back to the basket anyway, so you got to come in and try to help and hope the rotation is there, but you can't just let Moore go straight into the basket like that.
Blakes, stagger dribble, Oliver saves. Moore, 14 of her last 15 with 10 or more. She's just tacking on here in the third quarter. 17 tonight, 6-0 door run.
Right now, if you're Florida, you got to get a bucket. As the trap comes, they're coming across the court. Someone on the left-hand side's open. That's a really good find. The long rotation over to try to find the open player.
Post to post, Mitchell in deep with the hook and the foul. She just cracked into the top 25 on the all-time scoring list in Vanderbilt history. So many options on the offensive end for Shea Ralph. Right now projected as a 6 seed in the NCAA tournament. Layla Reynolds contorts for 2, plus the whistle. One of the handful of McDonald's All-Americans on the floor here tonight for the Gators. Layla Reynolds, last year all freshman in the SEC. She's nearing double figures. Gators led by Jariah Warren with 10. Mikayla Blakes only knows one speed.
Wow.
Dizeko, home run heave for 2.
Those are the types of plays right now that Florida needs to execute.
Blakes on the cut, a little bit too tall.
And you got 3 McDonald's All-Americans on the team.
Reynolds, McDonald's All-American in her own right, will head back to the line.
And she's a player for Florida who, they miss when she's not in the game. She's active, rebounding the ball for them, and someone off the bench that they really value.
Reynolds off the miss. Here's Blakes like she's shot out of a cannon. And gets fouled. First time seeing Mikayla Blakes in person, and she is the real deal. The Rutgers prep, and now dropping a third 30-piece in the SEC. 30 for Mikayla Blakes.
That's impressive. I mean, that is really, really impressive by the freshman.
Brother, star out in Stanford, played for Duke, basketball family. Mikayla's got the edge right now. She's got the bragging rights.
I bet there were some really good backyard basketball going on. I bet that. I grew up with 2 older brothers, and when you're going out there and you're playing with them, they really do get you better. They get you more competitive. You want to beat your brother when you're the little sister, and that really, I can imagine there were some real good matchups.
I wonder if they started out on that old Fisher-Price hoop, the one you put in your living room.
I'm sure.
We started there.
One on the back, then the back of the door.
Hitters go to work down 19. Vanderbilt has been firmly in command. Whirling dervish, Layla Reynolds.
To be more aggressive to close out this third quarter, and especially in the fourth quarter.
11th game in double figures for Layla. Pierre is being held.
It's impressive. Just what she has done and the amount of points she can put up, the athletic ability that she has.
And in her 6th season, of basketball. She leads the SEC in steals, second in scoring, second in rebounding. Foul was called on Pierre. That's her third, so that's why she's taking a seat. Can the Gators stage a big comeback? Blakes already with a 30-piece. The Euro. Feathery touch off the window. .32 on 12 of 17 is Kyle. The bucket and the foul on Ayana Mitchell.
Feed her the ball right where she has it. She doesn't have to come out of her stance.
There's still some time left here in the third.
Absolutely. Florida, stay aggressive defensively. Chip away at it. Don't allow...
Blakes. Logo lands. McGill off balance. Mitchell back taps towards screen. Blakes runs the floor. Unselfish Moore with contact from Reynolds.
I was trying to look up leading freshman points in the nation.
No, she's it. Mikayla Blakes. Moore clean on both. 5.2 sideline entry. Salguez goes in deep. Kyle. Final seconds of the third. A must-have bucket. Almost an interception. And that'll bring us to the fourth. And the Gators have a comeback in their bones. Vandy
30. They actually beat Vandy in the third quarter. They put up 30 points. Vanderbilt put up 27. So that's the type of quarter you have to have. But it's got to be even more because you got to dig yourself out of a hole.
Last time Vanderbilt won here at the O-Dome, 2015. It's a 4-game losing streak in this building. 65th all-time meeting. In the corner, nothing but air for Jariah Warren. Struggles continue from deep for the Gators as a whole. Blakes off the window, and a new Vandy freshman scoring record.
And her teammates are trying to get her the ball. Pierre is up there trying to get her. She weaves it around to get her the ball. Finishes with contact, has to step to the line and knock down a free throw.
Blake's the highest ranked recruit against the toughest competition. She's at her best. Step back, foot on the line. Vandy one and done. McGill now tries to go to work. Had Oliver on skates. Kyle the putback. And one. As the Gators start that slow climb here in the fourth. Shea Kyle nearing a double-double. There's Warren, who's able to cut this down to 12. A star has been born this year in Nashville. Top 10 for freshmen in 12 categories. Moore, step back. You bet! Ayana Moore, 22. As McGill has the answer. Another and one opportunity for the Gators. This is how they've had most of their offense. Just about anybody on this Gator roster. She doesn't act or play like a freshman. Able to knock down the free throw.
Certain people's hands, Blake's hands.
Blake sprinted towards the other end. Kapanis didn't see her. Oliver jumps it into the half-court. Blake's mid-range got fouled.
A trailing Florida player trying to get a hand up, but gets part of the hand instead of the ball.
Came in as the only freshman in Division I with multiple 30-point performances. 38, the rest of the team now 39, the rest of the team 41.
That's impressive.
Vandy's now cracked 80 for the 14th time this year. Their season average is 86 a game. McGill shake and bake. The spin, lefty push. Rolls towards Gasson. And a reset. Salguez, step back. Offensive rebound. Kyle off the square. And the Commodores get back-to-back road wins in the league. Blakes gives it up. Kapanis with 6 now on the shot clock. Oliver corrals with 3. Avalanches into the paint with 1. Spins, got it to go. Jordan Oliver in deep in the paint late in the clock. McGill, great find. It's Gasson underneath. Oliver, the 6-year guard. Pass intercepted by McGill. Off to the races. And it's now a 10-point game.
Vanderbilt going to run some of the clock down right now, just kind of waiting at half court. Set this screen high on ball.
Moore darts down the paint and a charge. It's Gasson who takes it, putting Ayanna Moore on the court. So no more Ayanna Moore for the rest of this game. Final 5 minutes. Finishes her night with 22. McGill. Kyle fell down. McGill got her own miss. Gators now down 8. This is what opened the lane up for Liv McGill.
Oh, yeah.
It parted the Red Sea there for Liv McGill.
I couldn't see. There were players in the way, so I couldn't see how the lane was parted. But
Mikayla Blakes now, Brittany, 40 points. Blakes now 1 off, tying a school record. And we'll get a foul. It's the first SEC freshman to score 40 or more in a game since Mikayla Williams. Works inside, Blakes!
I mean, with
now
ease.
Has a new Vanderbilt scoring record with 43. And McGill has the answer right back. Blakes, the block.
Florida has not really been efficient from the three-point line here today.
Couple of key foul outs. Layla Reynolds, Ayanna Moore for the Gators and Commodores respectively. We'll get a hand check. Lexi Dizeko, 77% at the stripe. Gators have now scored 52 in this half.
I mean, a totally different half for Florida. They came out of the locker room and said, hey, we're not going to play like we did that first half when we went down by 23.
Green for Blakes, already has the scoring record. And I get a foul. All-time night for somebody who Shea Ralph compared to Maya Moore. The way that she competes on a daily basis is unmatched.
If you want to know where the ball's probably going to go, who's available? 23.
Into the hands of Kyle. Sharp spin. Gators got the stop. Blakes cuts to the rim, goes to the left hand. McGill left it short. Kyle wraps it around, back to 9.
Going to be in Blake's hands and let her decide what she wants to do with it.
You guessed right. Here's Blakes. Goes to work. Got fouled. And a heavyweight offensive fight in the second half. Has played every minute.
49
and has
points.
every bit of 49.
You don't see that often.
McGill right towards Kyle. Down 8. Blakes goes cross court. Green, of course, might have just delivered the Commodore dagger. Salguez from long range. Dizeko resets. Kyle short jumper, got it.
And try to keep it out of Blake's hands.
At least try to trap pretty early on. And this will be pre-entry. So this is a chance to tie the NCAA freshman scoring record set by Juju Watkins. That's pretty good company.
Yes.
A star stationed in Nashville, tying the freshman scoring record in the NCAA. 51 for Mikayla Blakes. Salguez rattles out. Vanderbilt needed every bit of what Mikayla Blakes gave them tonight in the second half. And an offensive explosion from the Gators in the latter 20 minutes. It wasn't enough to come back. A rugby scrum. Kapanis comes away with it. About a 4-second differential. This will end a 4-game road losing streak in this series. Blakes, why not? Oh, she'll get a chance at 2 more and to set the freshman scoring record with 4.3. A new freshman scoring record in the NCAA. 52 points for Mikayla Blakes. The capper to a magical night for Mikayla. Final seconds tick away. An all-time epic performance for #1 in black. Mikayla Blakes sets a freshman scoring record, 53.